Hey everyone, I'm Jessica. During the 90s we had a number of kart racers coming out. Diddy Kong Racing, Crash Team Racing, and everyone knows the Mario Kart series. Among all the classic kart racers, the one I have the most memories with is Chocobo Racing. Chocobo Racing was Squaresoft's take on the cartoony over-the-top kart racing genre. I was looking through a gaming magazine when I came across an ad for an upcoming game. What was in that ad, you might ask? Only the cutest thing ever. Chocobo Racing was a game I had to have from the instant I saw it. Unlike most people who probably came across this game, I didn't know Chocobo was part of the Final Fantasy series, nor did I previously play any Final Fantasy games back then. I came into this with a clean slate when I was a child, and just wanted to play a game with these adorable characters. Sorry, am I boring you? Well, let's get started. Chocobo is the faithful and fearless hero of Chocobo Racing. He goes to visit Sid, who's invented a pair of jet blades for him. Chocobo goes to test them out and is deemed the fastest thing on wheels. In comes Chocobo's friend Mog, challenging Chocobo to a race, who's requested a racing machine from Sid for himself. The stakes are high. If Mog wins, he wants the name of the game to be changed to Malco Boy Racing. The next day, Sid gives Mog his super high-tech Mega Kickbutt racing machine with honk and horn. Of course, Mog ends up losing, though as Sid explains, not due to the difference in machines, but because of Chocobo's blue crystal that gives him his dash ability. Chocobo and Mog set off on an adventure to discover others with similar blue crystals and find out the secrets to these different abilities. Chocobo Racing has 9 chapters in total, each featuring a new friend and racetrack, as well as learning the history of the crystals. Each character offers something different in terms of character archetypes. White Mage is the kind-hearted motherly type, looking out for everyone's best interests, whereas Mog is the sly, sneaky comic relief guy, always scheming something. To me, the story is definitely the highlight of this game. Chapters are all entertaining, and I found myself constantly smiling. Considering this is a kart game, the writing is really good and definitely something I appreciate more now that I'm older. The story is told through a storybook style. In combination with the writing, added animations, and sound effects, allows them to create way more emotion and feeling than if it were just character models communicating with dialogue. The opening for Chocobo Racing is fast, fun, comical, and gives you a peek at characters' personalities. It's something you need to check out if you haven't seen it already. The credits have some beautiful images done in a color pencil style, and is one of the few times I actually watched through an entire credit sequence at the end of a game. During actual races, the graphics are pretty average for its time. The character sprites are more 2D, made to look kind of 3D, with tracks being 3D, but have certain 2D aspects to the backgrounds like the trees in Moogle Forest that can appear very flat at times. Sprites don't have a ton of animation, but using magic stones can be satisfying, and the frame rate remains pretty consistent through entire races. The music suits the game for each situation, during the story or races, creating the proper atmosphere, and is a collection of Chocobo-themed variations and tracks from various Final Fantasy games. I think we can all agree the Final Fantasy series has some incredible music, so having a bunch of songs handpicked including remixes of certain ones is something I have no complaints about. Personally, the graphics never really bothered me, but I do admit it hasn't aged as gracefully as some of its peers. There are 5 different game modes available: Story Mode, Grand Prix, Time Attack, Versus, and Relay. On top of having the actual story and adventure, Story Mode is basically where the game teaches you how to play. Chapter 1 is purely the basics. You can accelerate, reverse, and brake. Hitting the brake while holding down the accelerate button will allow you to drift and take sharper turns. Each subsequent chapter introduces a new character, racetrack, and magic stone. Characters all have their own personalized vehicle. Some have better handling while others have a higher top speed. Vehicles can also be grounded or float in the air. Floating vehicles like White Mage's Cosmic Carpet can go over sheets of ice and isn't affected by changes in terrain on the track. Characters all have their own unique ability, like Chocobo's Dash temporarily increasing its speed and acceleration, or Golem's Grip Up, which provides better handling. After recruiting a character, you can pick from any of the abilities after choosing your racer. A new magic stone is featured in each chapter. Picking up a stone will allow you to cast a specific magic ability. You can hold up to 3 stones at one time, and gathering 2 or more of the same stone will increase its power, although there are a couple that can't be powered up. Casting 1 blizzard stone will create a puddle of ice, causing anyone that drives over it to spin out. 2 blizzard stones makes Blizzara, creating several ice puddles, and 3 blizzard stones produces Blizzaga, instantly freezing all other racers, causing them to spin out of control. Magic stones can be stolen from other racers, simply by driving into them from behind. Some tracks can get demanding, making character selection much more important. Taking the White Mage in Volcano Valley was a terrible time, whereas Chubby Chocobo being grounded with better handling was a much more solid pick. After beating the story mode based on performance throughout the story, you receive points allowing you to create a custom character usable in other game modes, with an alternate palette swap of an existing character, as well as custom stats. I think this is great because if you really like a character, but their current stats don't suit your style, you can customize their stats exactly to your liking, even being able to test them out before finalizing them. Beating the story mode also gives you access to new characters and tracks. Beating it the first time will unlock Bahamut and Fantasia, and the second time Squall in Final Fantasy VIII Circuit. Anytime after that and you'll obtain secret characters, and I do mean secret. To access them, you'll have to hover over Squall holding the corresponding L and R buttons to pick them. I didn't know they were there for so many years. After the initial playthrough, you have the option of skipping the story aspects and just racing to speed things up. Even so, in order to unlock all the racers, you would have to beat the story mode 10 times. And despite many being pretty cool like Sid's tank, Cactar, and Cloud, yeah, even Cloud, I don't really feel like it's worth it unless you just need to have a specific racer. By the way, it's 5 times for Cloud. Anyway, Grand Prix mode allows you to race through 4 consecutive tracks of your choosing or randomized. You can select any racer you want, secret or custom, and any ability. This will apply to other modes aside from story as well. Races can get pretty intense. There are a lot of magic zones and abilities that target multiple racers, so regardless of place, be prepared to take some shots. If you manage to get first on every track, you'll unlock Behemoth mode, an increased difficulty. Doing it again, Bahamut mode, and once more will unlock Mirror mode, where all tracks play, well, mirrored. Time attack mode permits you to race against the clock to get the fastest time on a track. Versus mode pits you up against one other racer, be it CP or a friend. And in relay races, you have 2 teams of 3 going up against each other. There are also some nice little features in the options mode, such as playing back movies, music tracks, and sound effects you've unlocked. Like Whitemage says, what an experience we had. Even though graphically Chocobo Racing isn't as sharp as it could be and certain gameplay mechanics need some work, put everything together and it's just a fun game. A game doesn't need to be perfect in all aspects to be fun. And sometimes I think we can get overly critical of something, rather than just letting ourselves enjoy it. Maybe that's just the kid in me talking. Still wish they never cancelled Chocobo Racing 3D. I was probably one of the few people really disappointed they cancelled that game. Hopefully we get something one day. If they put the effort in, it would probably be amazing. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.